Rightio. Are we live?
We are.
Yeah, you do. You kind of like the graphic in the back kind of matches your robe.
It's called synergy. Synergy.
Raise him up a little bit.
Raise him up.
Raise me up? That's right.
6'4".
Oh, shit.
There we go.
That's right.
No, there you
I'm the
go.
boosted. Oh, I can do the thing with my legs.
No, you
Never done that before.
I've done that.
look good.
I'll live that.
You know,
Thank
I
you.
mean,
Appreciate it.
the weight cuts are easy.
Yeah, I was at 183.5. Light work.
It is light
Yeah.
work. I mean,
Why do you
Not
get so
time to-
light? Why not stop at 85?
I get competitive. So me and my wrestling coach, we have this thing. Sometimes we play table tennis to finish off the weight cut, and I feel like it's cheating because I'm dehydrated. I haven't really had breakfast, and he's all pepped up on coffee and juiced up. Should call Jeff on him. So I said one game this time in Abu Dhabi, Fight Island. It got up to 9 games before I beat him, but this time I game planned on the 3rd game, and then I finally realized the mistake I was making. I'm getting too excited. And I'm like, I don't have the energy to get too excited. Just play the long game. So in the last game, I got up to match point, and I felt like I'll stop there. So that's how I got to 183.5.
You burned 1.5 pounds playing table tennis?
More.
I was just telling these guys that I think in Atlanta we cut weight together and how smooth it was for you. I was watching you. I was like, man, this guy's got to. You came in ready.
I'm always surprised, to be honest. My body is shout out to the fight dietitian Jordy because whenever I get to fight week, I look at the scales and I'm like, dude, I had ice cream last night.
Who comes in 1.5 pounds under in a championship fight? That's smooth work.
It's me.
That's
I
smooth
do.
work.
Yeah, but so Jordy, I had ice cream and chocolate last night. He's like, that's only 100 grams, and it's pecan flavor. And then, it was just...
So Jared Cannonier, right? You said to Laura, that's right, ding, 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 ding. And because the question was posed, does he have at least one knockdown in this fight? But if he doesn't have that knockdown, right, and you've been very difficult to hit, what's Jared Cannonier's path? Like, how do you think he approaches a fight with you that allows for him that? Because you got to think as the opponent at times, right? What is this guy going to do to try to beat me? How do you think Jared Cannonier comes out there?
I think he should try and wrestle, but I think it's a bad idea for him. But if he wants to strike with me, it's going to be a worse idea for him. So there's nothing I've watched. Actually, funny enough, for the first time, I watched the Brunson fight this morning as I was on the weight blanket, or what you call it, the sauna blanket. I was watching it, and I was like, huh, okay. And then I...
You got knocked down.
Yeah, then I watched the Rob fight, and I watched the Kelvin fight, like highlights of it, and I was like, huh, interesting.
But it's not too late, though, right? Because you can't implement those things that you see. Right? You see those
my
holes.
coaches have done that. This is why I have my coaches. They've done all that. They've studied the tape. They've watched all that, and then they get the right sequences, and then they draw that into me leading up 12 weeks out.
And then when you watch it, you're like, oh, now I see why.
Yeah, I'm just feeling it. I'm just doing it. Sometimes I don't watch. The Costa fight, I didn't watch anything. I literally didn't watch. I thought, well, maybe I will on the day, and I just like, no, surprise me. That's how I felt. So that's why I just thought, just let me have a look, just to pass the time, really while weight cut, not really for anything else. If not, I wouldn't have watched it.
Right, right. The big question for me in coming into this fight is, how will he close the distance? He's a big puncher. Everything he does, I was there cage side his last fight. Everything he does is 100%, all power. How does he close the distance and get inside with you?
I hope he keeps that same energy.
Yeah.
Everything all power and be aggressive.
I think he will.
Yeah, so...
That's such a problem against you. And I don't know how people...
Don't tell him. Why are you telling him?
This is my job.
Why are you telling him?
I just don't know how people don't know this yet. I don't know how people don't know this yet.
They should.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't know this game the way we do. And I just think it's easier said than done. When the cage, when you're in there, then it's, look, the best representation of this is the first round, the way Costa was looking at me, and then the second round, how he was looking at me. That's the best way I can describe it. When you take a man's soul.
He was like, oh shit.
Exactly.
When guys are missing punches and you're touching them and making them miss, being the matador.
Catching fresh air.
When you lock eyes again, you know you're a step ahead. It's a whole different thing in there.
And that energy, that blood in the water, you just know, and it's like, right. And then I get bigger. Then my energy grows.
No, the momentum is crazy.
Yeah,
now,
that's what I've been saying, man. The momentum, yes.
Sorry. As much as I love talking X's and O's, it is difficult for me to sit up here and not appreciate that you have a better manicurist.
Yeah, man, the drip tips. The drip tips are beautiful. I even got pulled up on them before the commission came and was like, oh, we need to check your nails.
No.
No, they said,
it's painted.
I let them know, I was like,
edge.
it's an illusion.
Exactly.
It's an illusion, baby.
Exactly.
Jazz hands.
I was talking to a male fighter, and I'm not gonna...
Me. It's fun.
Like, but why? Like,
it's me. It's fun.
It's nice.
Can I say
Exactly,
something?
thank you.
I
That's
had a
sleight of
conversation
hand,
with
I mean,
a
I
male
just don't
fighter
know, like,
yesterday.
That's sleight of
like,
hand.
Yeah.
When that jab's landing and you see those
You don't
bells,
see him coming.
you got to go back to the corner.
You
sit
got
with
on the
your team.
bathrobe.
And also, it's like, I mean, like, you're gonna get whooped by a dude who wears pearl necklaces,
That's what I'm
drip
saying. Yeah,
tips.
pearl
Love
necklace.
it.
Also, hold up. Let me get the,
Oh
let me-
my God.
Let him see
boy.
it. Let him see
Hey,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Look at these ones.
See what I mean? The other day, somebody said to me, I was making fun of Jared Cannonier.
You went around house to the head with those bad boys?
They said, who in the world do you think has nice feet? I'm pretty sure Israel Adesanya has nice feet.
When I paint them, I have nice feet. If not, they look like tree bark. If I'm being honest. But I call these ones, kick them in the face, send them to space.
There you go.
That's the name.
Love it. I was talking to a male fighter friend of mine. I'm not going to say who, but he was like, "That's weird." I was like, "No, no,
Dude, look
With
at
all
Chuck
due-
Liddell.
Listen, with all due respect to your significant other, it is hot. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, the
thank you.
nails are hot.
Appreciate
and
it.
like you said, who wants to get jabbed by some French?
Who
chicks?
wants
I
a
love it.
roundhouse to the head with those bad boys?
Yes.
Everyone gets them, though.
Everybody gets
They get them, though. I give them for free.
I do have you're such a smart fighter. You're such a smart guy. You're always looking about what's ahead. You've talked about Pereira and Strickland and the fact that those could be the next in line. There was so much back and forth with
Between me
Strickland
and- yeah.
yesterday in the press
It would have been
conference.
boring without him. to
But
be
it seemed
honest.
like you got annoyed with him a little bit. Were you annoyed?
Not annoyed. I meant it. I wish fucking Jeff was lacking, and Bettis was lacking, and Franz too was lacking, because there's fucking so many cameras around. How you miss me smacking him on the ass? And
Oh, you
know
did?
What? You know what? He's like, he turns, oh, hey man, don't do me like you did that Costa guy. And I was
Really?
like, that's what he said, and I was like,
You know why he said that?
And I said, we'll see.
You know what?
We'll
You know why he said that? I
Why?
said we talked to him in a fighter meeting, and I made reference to that. I go, you go too hard against Izzy, you end up like Paulo Costa. I said that to him, and he must have repeated my line. That dude
so
owed me some money.
Yeah,
Copyright.
that's literally what he said. And I said, we'll see. But I mean, yeah, he's doing it for the show, for the fans, and he's a.
I think he believes it.
Yeah, he believes what he says, and that's one thing I'll say. Same thing. He was honest about me. I'll be honest about him. I like the fact that he speaks his mind. And I told Tim, because we were under the same management, I said, look, if we have to fight, he's gonna go low, and I'm gonna limbo. I'm gonna go lower. So I don't want to hear no Izzy. Can you take that post down?
Hey, you're not really
Izzy can't
afraid
take
of that because
post
you was
down.
hitting John. You was hitting Jones real low.
Yeah, hey man, I limbo. You go low, I go lower. They think I take the gloves come off, man. I get the claws out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Let him do his work. Let him focus. I should have got one line I forgot because he was talking about. I don't never take a pride in any other man's work. So the fact he's taking pride in Pereira,
Yeah, that
I'm
was
like,
a little.
bitch. Should I call Kamaru right now? Should I call Kamaru right now? Because he knocked your fucking ass out too.
Yeah.
But I let that one slide because things were a little bit too shaky at the time.
So we talk about spinning ahead and thinking about who you could be fighting next, and you put so much thought into your walkouts and the song,
Everyone really,
what you're wearing.
really gets into it, don't
Anything?
they?
Yeah, heck yeah. Anything
It's a
special
thing.
cooked up
Yeah.
for tomorrow night?
Man, if I tell you, it's not going to be a surprise. I'm just having fun. This
Yeah.
is hints. I already told DC a
Yeah,
little
right.
hint.
Just think WrestleMania, and I love that shit too. So I'm good.
Okay.
We gonna pop at the desk.
All right. Izzy, thanks to you're the most
He is the easiest person after making weight that we've ever had.
ever
Really?
in the history of the show.
Bro, everybody's so severely dehydrated. It's hard for them to. And I know you're dehydrated, but
Yeah.
the energy's low.
My guy gets me ready, Jordy from The Fight Dietitian.
Good energy for
Okay,
sure.
so
Easy.
And
Get some rest, champ.
speaking on the walkouts, I was there in Houston when you fought, and
That's
just
right, the main event.
I was right there, and just the energy and the cage presence you have between rounds, getting off your stool, you're just in the moment so much. These fighters are always looking for that. Me still competing, I want that. What you look like, that's how I want to feel, just
Right.
in the moment.
Even Alex was talking about the same thing. He reminded me we were asked the question, when was the first time you guys met? He reminded me of a time in Thailand we did stairs, and he said, yeah, I saw Izzy go out on the beach after we did stairs, and he just soaked it in. And I was like, oh yeah, I do remember that. I forget these things. He said there was no cameras around, and people think it's all fake, but he was just there, just like.
You're
that
a
was
guy,
me.
when I watch you fight live, I'm thinking there's no other place this guy should be than in that octagon.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's a good one from you. Appreciate
Champ,
that from you as well.
thank you for coming, man. We
Congrats as
appreciate
well.
that. Yeah.
And thanks for admitting, finally.
Hey, bro, I had to come clean.
Hey, you know one thing? The weekend after that, I was like, let me see this. And I went on the scales at the gym, at the old gym, and I tried it. Guess how much I took off?
30 pounds.
2 kgs.
Yeah, 6.
And I was just like, what? DC.
He tried to
How
sell
dare you?
Yeah.
But hey, you're class act.
My man, I appreciate it. Nice
guys
talking
That's
to
our
you.
Easy. Thanks, man.
No
Good
worries.
luck
Thank
with
you guys.
everything.
Yes, no worries.
Appreciate it.